I'm Taylor, and today we're dyeing Juni's hair. It is about midnight. Friday night, we're getting lit. We're dyeing Juni's hair because she's in the midst of a breakdown. That's fun.
It's like a recessive tree or something.
Do I? Done. Wear protective gloves? Done. Apply color evenly, work in small sections, and leave in for at least 30 minutes.
Putting it into like small parts.
Oh, well, guess who started? This is so much fun. Juni, talk about your co-op process.
Quick bit of background information on co-ops. It's 6 months long. Northeastern basically requires it. So it's 6 months of you having a normal job. And that's why most people here graduate in 4 to 5 years, especially if you do 2 of them, which is suggested for all pre-med majors, which Juni, Becca, and I are. They suggest that you do 1 clinical and 1 research. So yeah, hopefully that clears stuff up. If you want more information, look it up.
So my whole process was relatively straightforward.
Yours was the easiest.
Mine was literally the easiest. So I applied to 10 first, and I was like, okay, if anyone gets back to me, I'm going to...
You applied to 10?
I only applied to
How
10.
many did you apply to?
You don't need to talk about it.
The co-ops that I really wanted, I applied to first. And then there was one co-op, an animal care technician at Tufts University, that I was like, if I get this job, this is a job. I applied, I didn't hear back from anyone for about 2 weeks. So it's kind of freaking out. But then the Tufts University animal care technician position reached out to me. He's like, oh, your CV sounded really interesting and I think you'd be a good fit for the lab. So if you want to come in, we'll conduct the interview and I'll show you around the lab. So basically I went in, he's like, do you like animals? I was like, yeah. And he's like, would you be
Hell yeah!
killing animals? I was like, for the greater good. And then he's like, let me show you around the lab. And he had me pick up a rat to make sure I could pick up a rat. And I did. And I got the job.
And you start.
January 3rd!
And I'm on fall cycle, so that means that I don't start applying for co-ops until the 2nd semester, my 2nd year, and then I start in July.
That's actually the better cycle to have.
Yeah, don't switch to spring no matter what people
Fall
tell
cycle
you.
is another one to have now that I'm looking at like logistics and stuff.
So, Becca, why don't you tell us about your co-op?
Yours is more
Yours
representative.
is more of a normal
Yeah.
co-op experience.
Yeah. So they tried to tell me that like everyone should do like research, but I don't want to do research for the life of me, so I didn't apply to a single research position. I applied to like clinical and I applied to some teaching positions because, so yeah, I applied to like maybe 15 during like my first round and I wasn't hearing back for a little bit. And then the co-op advisor was like, yeah, you should be applying to 10 to 15 every week.
Which is literally insane.
That's
too
so
much.
much.
That's like humanly impossible. Even
Yeah.
if you got all those interviews, there's no way that you
Oh,
could go to all of
can't.
them.
So then after kind of like my second round of applying, I started to hear back. I heard back from like positions I wasn't super interested in, but it was nice to be able to like go on interviews.
And you can sometimes have telephone interviews and in-person interviews, right?
Yeah, so I did, most of my interviews were in person. Consider how far away the co-ops are before you apply to them.
Facts.
Because I didn't
Facts.
really do that before. I just kind of did like anything in Boston. And then when it was time to do interviews, I would like have to see how far away it is, and it would be like
And it has to fit in your class schedule.
yeah, and it would be like a
midterm
$20
season.
Uber ride. If you know people too who have done like that co-op, don't be scared to ask them about it.
Upperclassmen.
I heard back from teaching positions,
Mm-hmm.
but as like pre-med, I thought doing a teaching co-op would kind of be like a waste of like 6 months of really being able to like get like clinical skills. I had one Skype interview for an EMT position, and it was like,
I think I'm gonna throw it
You disgust me.
every day. Oh yeah, talk about your Skype interview. That's good.
Skype interview.
That's good. I'm so glad that I have a new manager. Why are we talking about co-ops right now? This is not what I intended.
Because this is what
Right.
caused.
This is what college is
Right
like.
now.
This is what Northeastern's all about.
Actually, people like watching Northeastern-based videos on my channel. So.
Yeah. That one girl loves them.
Who?
for my Japanese class.
Oh
my God, shout
that's
out
so
to her.
cute.
Shout out
What's her
to
name?
Suzuki-san.
Suzuki-san.
A Skype interview. I also did a photo interview. So Skype interview, he only did 15 minutes, which made me even more nervous because all the like in-person interviews I had were at least like half an hour or something. He told me about the co-op position. A lot of the time, so when we practiced for interviews, that's like part of the class.
You have to take a co-op class the semester
take a
you're
co-op
applying.
class when you're applying for your first co-op.
It's like a 1 credit course, it's required.
And part of the process is doing a mock interview with your advisor. And like I remember when I did my interview, the mock one, she was just like asking me all the like questions you'd expect to be asked, like why do you want this job? Why would you be good for this position? But so like the mock
It's a little
interview.
red. Continue.
Is it just now hitting her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the mock interview.
So the mock interview was like what you stereotypically like expect, but then like I'd get to the actual ones and they'd be like, all right, so like I'm gonna tell you about the job in detail and I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. So for the Skype interview, he like told me about the position, told me about like how like the different schedules work, how like the first month is different. The first month you have to like take the EMT course
Because your co-op is being an EMT.
because your co-op is being an EMT.
What's your co-op?
That's my co-op.
Oh,
Spoiler
very
alert.
That's a
great.
really good co-op.
Yeah.
Very good co-op. It's clinical.
If
So,
you're gonna do
like-
clinical, that's really good.
Yeah.
Clinicals are very
If they
hard
tell
to
you
get.
you can't get clinical your first time, they're lying.
They're lying.
And you got yours a bit
I got it.
after most people that we know, but it's not. You're not the last one.
No.
By far. If you haven't heard back from one by winter break, that's when you
That's
defer
when-
to spring.
That's when you can
That's when you
defer
freak
it.
out.
You can register for classes just in case too.
The thing about hearing back is that they're on their own time schedule, trying to schedule interviews and stuff, so they can be a bit slow.
And it's also like, so they can interview like 5 people, and if they call their like top choice back and offer them the job, then that person could still say no, and then you could.
And then you're
Like,
next.
could get
and
called
it takes
next.
a while.
So it just takes time.
Anyway, we can time lapse this part. That fresh mental breakdown cut? Oh, hell yeah! We're going to Juni's dorm now to rinse off her hair so she doesn't mess up Becca's bathtub.
Yay.
All right, bye, Becca.
Text me once you get there.
Okay. All this dye. Like, where's it all coming from?
Your hair, you sick hair, Juni. What up?
Don't look in the bathroom.
One, two, three. That's so cute.
Thank you. Thanks everyone who watched this video. Please
Stop.
subscribe.
It's 3 a.m. and I'm back in my dorm. So, as Juni said earlier, like and subscribe. Juni's hair looks bomb. And I hope you guys learned a little bit of something about co-op. Thanks for 200 subs. That's also really tight. And it's 3